So thank you guys. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about this exhilarating adventure, lovely series. I had the chance to watch the first three
Oh,
episodes,
great.
and I love
Thank
them
you.
so far. So it is
Great.
awesome. So let me start with
Thanks.
you, John. This was inspired by the Goonies and E.T. and some coming of age, like retro '80s projects from the '80s. So from the get go, it is established, and that is precisely what impressed me and raised my expectations. That I must say, they were exceeded. But
Great.
after the first episode, I saw that there's something more. I was wondering if you were inspired by any other material that you thought might fit well with the Star Wars mythology.
Uh, I think, I mean, pirates were the other big thing. You know, it's like sort of a kids coming of age story. And then our other big inspiration was pirate movies. And we went back and watched like classic pirate movies like Captain Blood and the Sea Hawk, and even like just like pirate serials from like the 20s and 30s. So yeah, to be able to combine pirates with uh, sort of Amblin coming of age was like a fun combo.
Excellent. Thank you for that. So Chris, what was your contribution with the selection of the, like the cast, the children's cast? Because as tender and sweet and funny as it may be to work with children on screen, if there's no chemistry or talent required, it can bring a project to the ground. So tell me how hard it is to cast children for lead roles, because these four kids were awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Thanks.
yeah, we started with this concept of the kids, and then the casting process was also like a rewriting process because we wanted to find the kids that just jumped off the screen, that had great chemistry together, and then tailor those roles to them because when you're casting a kid, it's almost closer to casting like a movie star. Like you want to cast that persona, you want to cast that energy, and not, you're not casting like a technical actor to inhabit
A
and
role, yeah.
be a chameleon. You want them to just be themselves
Yeah.
on screen.
I got to talk to Richard Donner, who directed Goonies,
The
like
Goose, yeah.
before he died, and he was talking about casting, and he told me, he said, you don't cast a kid to play a role, you cast a kid because of who they are. So that was
Mhm.
always in the back of our head as we were seeing like hundreds and hundreds of kids. You're just looking for the kid that is that character.
You got the energy. You got the energy. So thank you for that. How does a skeleton crew connect with with a broader Star Wars timeline? Should audiences expect their direct connections, or this is more of a standalone story? Will there be any surprises or cameo from beloved characters? Surprises? Can you tell me about that? What can you tell me about that?
I mean, it's more on the standalone side of things
Hmm.
compared to some of the other shows, but
Hmm.
but not to say that it's totally separate, It's
Hmm.
we set it in this time period for a reason, and it's
Hmm.
part of the story. But again, because we were focusing on the kids as the main characters and they're inhabiting a kind of a smaller part of the galaxy that maybe doesn't seem as important at first, that we were kind of already pointing in a different direction than the things we'd seen before.
But that's not to say that the repercussions of what happens over the first season of the show won't ripple out into the larger galaxy as well.
Excellent. So, what do you think will resonate with the older Star Wars fans like myself versus newer, younger generations?
Yeah, that was always a challenge for us,
Mhm.
was how to tell a new story without it while making sure it still feels like the same Star Wars galaxy that we know and love. And what we were able to do, or what we were trying to do, was to change the perspective, was to look at this world through fresh eyes, through the eyes
Mhm.
of 4 10-year-old kids. So that way it is the galaxy that we know and love, and parts of the galaxy that we maybe not really explored that much before, like the world of pirates, things like that. But because we're looking at it through fresh eyes, it feels new. And
Mhm.
for me, that's exciting because you don't have to know anything about Star Wars to watch the show. But if you do know about Star Wars, there's a lot in there for you as well. So hopefully it's something that can bring new and old fans together.
Yeah, and the new and the old fans would kind of have a slightly different experience where the old fans are know the things that the kids are getting wrong that they don't know about, whereas the new fans would kind of be more with the kids. And both ways of watching it are valid and kind of create
Yeah,
a
there's a
different,
fun conflict in there.
yeah.
I agree 100% with you. I watched it with the first episode with my 10-year-old daughter, and she loved it. So, you did a great job. So thank you so much. Looking forward for, for
Yeah,
the
thank
rest of
you.
the
Glad you liked
season,
it.
and especially looking forward for the new Spider-Man. So thank you guys. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.